So I've had a couple of people ask me about my shoes. I run on the Hoka line. My first shoe was this Hoka One One Cavu, and as you can see, I put a ton of miles on it, compressed it pretty bad, wore the toe out, and that's what the heel looks like right there. Bam. Then I moved to this Cavu 2, and obviously wore the heel out pretty bad. I love the look of this shoe. It's simple. It's black, gray, reds. But I find now, even if I wear it as a casual shoe, that it makes my hip hurt. So I'm going to have to retire these guys. I thought I'd get smart and go with 2 shoes. So I got the black one. So then I went with another Hoka 2 and got these black ones. And as you can see, I wore them out pretty bad. A lot of forefoot running. Smashed down the foam. And that heel is just trashed. Not to mention the dog got a hold of it, tore out the back. And then once I was even using my shoe as a prop for sawing, and I cut it with a saw. Luckily my foot was not in it. So then I went to these guys, the Cavu 3s. They have a different kind of tongue. The tongue's all glued in, and they've got this hard plastic on the front here. So it was quite a different shoe, but the midsole was still the same. It still rolled my foot forward, so I did enjoy that. But look at that, I've just burnt out the back of them. That started at about 300 miles, and I put another couple hundred miles on them. I probably shouldn't, but I did. This one's even worse. Look at that. Tore it all up. Now, this is September, and I started running in January, so in 9 months, I went through 4 pairs of shoes and a couple others that I tried. So not too bad, but of course I started out running slow. So at a 10 mile or 11 mile pace, there's a lot of shuffling. So I get a lot of that kind of stuff. And now that I'm down around 8:30 pace, I don't use my heels near as much. So I expect to get a lot less of this kind of heel rub now. I also tested out these Hoka One One Mocks, and I thought the look was pretty cool, but the foot drop just got to be too much, and it didn't have the same roll in the midfoot. But again, the soles just don't last. It's very cushy, but the soles wear out. But this one has a lot of support all the way around it. Has a good shoe. Then I worked through these Mach 2s by Hoka One One. And as you can see, they haven't been worn much. This foam is super hard, and I notice it a lot when I run. I don't really care for this shoe at all. The tongue is nice and thin, which is kind of nice. But these are just kind of a casual going out shoe. I don't even stand around all day in these shoes because they hurt my feet so bad. But this shoe looks super cool, I think. I love the color pattern of them. Lastly, I tried the Hoka One One Elevon, and it's got a lot of support in the back. That's a hard plastic with the foam that's not so hard. And I thought it would be a cushy run, but it is a heavy shoe compared to everything else, especially compared to the Cavus. And otherwise, it's a nice shoe. It's a good looking shoe, but I wear those just for casual use too. I won't wear those on runs. So now my everyday go-to shoe, unless I'm going out for a long run, is this Hoka One One Bondi B. It's a big shoe with a big foam piece here, and it's got the toe cap on the end. It's got some grip on the bottom of it, but it is a nice, and it feels great. It feels like you're walking or jogging on mushrooms. I can wear this shoe all day, no problem. But what I don't do is I don't run more than 3 miles in this shoe. I still look forward to the Cavus. If you just take a look at the difference in the foam and the construction of the Cavu 3 versus the Bondi, the Cavu 3 is just right for me, And the Bondi doesn't have the foot roll that the Cavu 3 has that protects my knees. So there you have it. 9 months worth of shoes, a couple that I still wear, that one and this one, but I've realized that these old Cavus, I have to retire them, because if I don't and I wear them anywhere at all, my hips or my knees start hurting. When a shoe is worn out, it is just done. Just get rid of it. That's what a beginning runner learns. Just get rid of what you don't need.